You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go! Live from the 15 Minutes of Fame studios, 39th and Broadway, in the heart of Bayonne, New Jersey, cause we couldn't afford a spot in Manhattan. Welcome to the Shut Up and Talk Show. Give it up for your hosts, me motherfuckers. Let's go! Alright, yo, welcome back to the Shut Up and Talk Show with Uncle Ra, E. Beasley, urltv.tv. Need a check for saying that.
Oh, man.
Well, I'm gonna have to edit that shit out, bro.
Keep it in there, man. Checks in the mail.
Okay, here's one thing I wanted to talk about. My glasses on again. So, Smack was on a live on the caffeine, and he said, not verbatim, but he said he's not paying for chokes no more.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain what does that mean, like he's not paying for chokes no more?
Well, what we want to do is, we tried to do this a few years ago. We want to implement something in the contracts that guarantees that people are going to show up and deliver, because what happens oftentimes is guys come unprepared or they mess up really badly, and it's sometimes, you know, stumbles happen and things like that, but oftentimes it's a lack of preparation, and it's disrespectful to us, and it's disrespectful to the people who tune in and patronize these people and watch them and buy their merch, and you know, it's not fair. So, like, you know, if I pay for 3 rounds and you stress me out and we go back and forth on this deal for this battle, and then you show up and you're rehearsing at the last minute, and then you choke in the first round, you do great in the second, and then in the third round maybe you don't have a round at all, or you mess up and it's 1 round in, and then you just jersey or whatever it is, or you just cut the round short. And this happens with a lot of different people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's battles that we've shot secretly that we don't even air because they're that bad.
Those are the bolts.
I don't think, with the amount of events that we do and the amount of battles that we shoot, every battle is not going to be good. Just like every basketball game is not going to be good. Every boxing match, you know, everything is not always going to be good. But I just think it's unfair that at the end of the night, we're expected to pay for a full performance that we didn't get. But if we were to not pay somebody, and they did a good performance, and we just didn't feel like paying them, just like a guy doesn't feel like performing, then, oh, URL, they're robbing the culture. You got 15 blogs, guys on there, blogger, you know, just different people, rappers, fans, everybody saying, oh, they're robbing the people. They didn't pay such and such. If we were to do something like that, as they should do. But, you know, we can't pre-screen people's rhymes. We don't know what they're going to show up with. But if we can implement something where we say, listen, a choke, I understand. Everybody stumbles, just spitting these complicated rhyme patterns. I don't mind a choke.
You mean a slip up or a stumble,
but like, say
not
you
actual
stumble
choke.
And you're like, oh man, all right, hold on, wait. And then you walk around for a few seconds, and then you get it back, and then you're in the fight, and you're performing at top speed.
Right.
I wouldn't penalize somebody for that. But if you show up and you choke so bad, this has happened for years. This is in a 10-year history. This has happened, and you choke so bad that you can't even get the rhymes back. Why should we have to pay for that? That's not fair. Then I pay for it, right? I put it out. People say, oh, this sucks. This is trash. Why would you put this out? Then the footage is useless. The guy's hitting me for his back end, for his money. And now I have this bullshit of a product that I have to try to push on to the people.
Right.
Or then if I'm not delivering to the people, oh, y'all said y'all was going to drop X amount of battles and y'all don't have the battles. This is whack. You know what I'm saying? So if we put something in there that makes people, that guys know that they could possibly lose money, because some people come in with this attitude like, y'all only got 1.5. I'm going to just wing it. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get paid at the end of the night anyway. And that's a terrible attitude. It's not a competitor. Now you're just chasing the dollar, and it's unfair to people. So we want to change that.
So what do you say to the people say, okay, yeah, they choked, you know, blah, 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 but y'all still got paid?
y'all still got paid.
Who, the company got paid?
Yes.
Right.
Right.
But,
So I mean,
but we don't make the rhyme.
I've just heard that.
Right.
I'm just saying, I've heard it say that.
Yeah,
you know, like
you have a few miserable souls who, try to find a way to blame the company. You know what I'm saying? We're the ones setting up the stuff. Right now, it's free.
Right.
We're flying the people in. We're putting them in hotels. I'm getting dudes in the Mayweather gym to do face-offs. I'm getting Floyd Mayweather to show up at events, Drake to show up at events. We're trying to do the best that we possibly get dudes to freestyle on Funkmaster Flex before battles, doing all types of things to try to ensure that the most eyeballs come through. Now, if somebody falls short, I don't feel that we should have to bear that burden all the time. You know what I'm saying? If we have a stream and we promise a battle and we don't let the people know that the battle's not happening or something like that, or the stream cuts off or it crashes or whatever, that's our fault. That's our responsibility. We have to hold that. But if I pay the guy in advance, he knows 2 months in advance, and he chooses not to, then the people have to look at their favorite rapper or the artist, and the artist has to own not being prepared. It's not the platform's fault.
Now, Twork is, everybody's talking about him, and again, man, I stick up for Twork all the time. I love the guy, man. One of the most talented guys in battle rap. But do you think you guys are pushing him too much and giving him too many battles? I'm just asking to try to find out, because
I think everybody's different, and I think that what I say to Twork all the time is he does have the ability, because he's done it and been successful, to prepare at the last minute. But it's not necessarily the best way to prepare, and it's going to catch up with you sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? And I think in this particular stage right now, it's caught up to him. Twork is young. Twork is great. Twork is dynamic. He's dope. We're not giving up on Twork. You know what I'm saying? We're not right.
No, I know. Are you working him too hard?
I don't think I'm necessarily working him too hard. I think it's just a matter of him adjusting his focus. You know what I'm saying? And I think he has the potential to be great. I think if he didn't have the potential to be great, people wouldn't be so hard on him. There's been tons of guys who have come through and had good careers in the beginning and then went downhill, and people may have said one or two things, but nobody's going that hard on them. And I think the reason why people are pushing him and getting on him is because he is a star, and because they know that he actually has the talent to be one of the best guys in the world, and he's not utilizing or working to his fullest potential. He's taking it for granted. So I think that's why people are getting on his case, because they know he could be great. If he was just an average MC and he was messing up, people would get on his case, but it wouldn't be to the magnitude that's happening now. And I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve the scrutiny and he doesn't deserve for people to say things about him and get on his case, because it's his responsibility to live up to what he's built and the things that he's gone through to get his name up to this point. People expect certain things out of Twork, and if he's not delivering, that battle rap is a very vocal culture, and they're going to say something. So I'm not by any means making any excuses for what he's doing, but I definitely think that a lot of it is in turn to who he is and what he's capable of becoming is one of the reasons why people are on his case, and the fact that he's not living up to his potential presently. But I do think that he will come around, rebound from it, and still be great. Right now, there's definitely some repair that needs to be done. You know what I mean? And he knows this, and he's gonna have to take accountability for it. I think him watching the big shows go by that he knows he's supposed to be on, that can be on, is painful for him. And for the first time after the Swamp battle, he really felt it. Like, he called me. He knows that, and not to take anything away from Swamp, I think he's a rising star as well. I think he's great, but he felt that he was like, yo man, I lost that battle. Like, that was my fault. Like, he knows that he's taking accountability for it, but it's just, this has happened before, so now a lot of fans are less tolerant of him You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Trying to, at this point, fix it. So it's going to take a little bit of time. I don't think it's an overnight fix, but I think people still love him and they want him to do great. And
I used to love him. Now I like him a lot.
He just had a battle today with that was prior to the Swamp battle with Danny Myers. You know what I'm saying?
People really today.
Yeah, people like that battle a lot. It's on the URL TV app. You can go check it out. But I mean, next week the Swamp battle's coming out. You know what I'm saying? Because it wouldn't be fair to Swamp to hold it and not drop it. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely coming out for the people to see, and they can watch it. And then it's really up to Twork to just get out here and campaign and get himself back in the race, which I think he can do because he definitely has a fan base that still believes in him. But he has to show up, and he has to be the Twork that we know we can be.
Right.
15 minutes of fame.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go.